Okay, boys and girls, time for our first show here in WCW in 2001. Well, not the first show I ever booked, but the first show you'll see in this series, which is Starrcade 2001. In the first video, I went over most of the angles and the matches that'll be showing up here, but let's get this thing started. So yeah, first thing is here is basically for Starrcade, we're back at the Greensboro Coliseum, where it basically all began. Not quite a full house, but 11,000 people, so let's say it's 11,000 paid, and we gave a lot of free tickets to other people to make this look more full. Anyway, in the pre-show match, basically this is everybody who wasn't really booked on the main card. So this is Chris Harris, Disco, Hugh Morris, James Storm, Johnny Swinger, Hoovy, Lash, Mike Sanders, Rick Steiner, and the Funkster. So I gave the win to Hoovy here. Rick Steiner, Hugh, and Disco Inferno were the last four in the ring, with Rick Steiner being the final elimination, and Disco got the most eliminations in the match. So basically this is a pre-show match, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, basically, yeah. As a side note, since they were the only people off-show people, you know, the only non, what's the word I'm looking for here? The only, yeah, out of the ring people not booked for the show. Basically, this was Dusty's, Bobby's one appearance on the show. So yeah, we start things off with an opening video, basically going over sort of the top two matches plus Ric Flair and Ray Jr. So Booker and Steiner based on their big main event for the title, and then Sting and Vampiro their sort of final meeting in theory. And yeah, ADB. And we start things off. Tajiri defeating Chavo Guerrero in 13-19 with the Brainbuster to pick up the Cruiserweight title. Nelson lifted match, got the crowd hotter. Tajiri only had a 43 performance, but he's also new and not quite over yet. But you know, Chavo's been basically like the guy who's held my Cruiserweight division together for the first 6 months or so. But after this, he'll be probably moving into something else, possibly a tag team, possibly like a mid-carder. Heading towards the U.S. title. All depends on where things go from here. But yeah, it gained heat. So yeah, Tajiri celebrating. Didn't get that over because, well, like I said, Tajiri's not that over yet. So next up, you have Bischoff beginning the tag team gauntlet. So this is going to be basically a tag team gauntlet involving the teams not involved in other matches. It's going to be like a 10-minute time limit, and next team shows up next right afterwards. So this is Bischoff starting it off and introducing the first two teams, which is the Silver City Rollers of Reno and Cash, and Evan Courageous and Shannon Moore. So again, solid match to start with. Silver City Rollers defeat 3 count in 5-1 when Reno defeats Evan Courageous with the roll of the dice. Cash Curry thinks because he's actually a decent worker. Everybody else, is so-so. Next up, we have Norman Stanley and Ernest Miller coming out and surprising the team in only 2 minutes. So basically, this is Silver City Rollers celebrating. Miller's music hits, Call Your Mama. They run in. Miller basically immediately hits Cash with the feeliner, and it's basically sort of a squash from there. Then next up, next up is the Mamalukes come out, and in about 7:35 in a 49D plus match, they usually go to a double countout, which this brings up Bischoff, who basically explains both teams are eliminated, and now the next two teams that were supposed to come on Gauntlet will come out next. And that's Jamie Noble and Yang defeating the Air Raid team of AJ Styles and Air Raid, when Yang defeated Paris by pinfall after the Yang time. 60C, again, solid match, and also it's very short. And then next up, in the finals of the Tag Team Gauntlet, Noble and Yang defeat Skipper and Romeo, when Noble defeats Romeo by submission by locking him in a guillotine choke. So not quite the trailer hitch yet, but Noble brings out some of his submission skills. So this means Noble and Yang are next up for a tag title shot in the future. Well, who knows? Maybe it'll be next pay-per-view. Maybe it'll be Nitro. You'll just have to see. And yeah, this is them celebrating. So next up, an actually pretty good match. Jeff Jarrett defeats Alex Wright in about 10 minutes with the, El Guitar bonk to the head. Gets the win. And then he celebrates. So that gives the Horsemen the first win of the show. Next up, Kazayashi defeats Buff Bagwell by submission about 7:47, 59C. Yeah, I mean, this is Operation I don't care about Buff anymore, so he gets the job to people I'm trying to build up like Kazayashi. And then after the match, Kaz just, keeps the hold on. Because he's Kazayashi and he's a badass and he's going to submit a future Gigolo like Buff Bagwell. Then we got in a actually really good match, Canyon beating Dustin Rhodes in about 11:40 after interference from Johnny Lawler. Rhodes and Canyon have pretty good chemistry. Canyon's just an awesome performer at this point. Like, he's like, my own products have been pretty successful. And then, yeah, the Horsemen get another big win. And Canyon and Lawler celebrate. And Canyon's a real star in this segment because he's Canyon. And he's pretty much maybe my future top heel. Next up, in our tag team title match of the night, Team Canada defeats Finlay and Jett in 13 minutes when Awesome pins Jett by pinfall with an Awesome Bomb. So basically how I see this going is, basically Jett and Storm have a solid cruiserweight style match. Finlay comes in, beats up people, even like holds, almost holds Awesome off. Basically, I see this happening where like basically finally Awesome and Jett are in the ring, and Awesome just kills Jett with an Awesome Bomb and gets the pinfall for their like another tag title offense for Team Canada. And then yeah, they celebrate. Then after that, like this is basically Helms coming out, saying he's going to give an old man like DP one chance to walk away, don't get embarrassed, blah blah blah. DP is going to come out into the crowd and just drill Helms with a punch to start the match. And in the actual match, again, pretty good match. Helms is getting there as a heel, and DDP will beat Shane Helms in 11 minutes with the Diamond Cutter. I imagine this is basically, Helms cheating, hitting lots of like flying moves to keep advantage, but eventually, maybe, yeah, I think Helms is going to go for some sort of like springboard thing, and then DDP is just going to drill him with a Diamond Cutter to get the win, and then he celebrates. Again, like, DDP is still really over. I just didn't have a solid thing for him to do for Starrcade, so that's the sort of mini feud with Helms. Again, now our next match, and yep, you see that right. Billy Kidman defeating Shane Douglas in 12:40 pinfall, but with Shooting Star Express, and he wins the U.S. title. So this is the Horseman's first loss of the night, and yeah, Kidman's, first, big boy title. Him and Rey won the tag titles, and now Kidman has won his first, real singles gold across from the Crossroad title. And yeah, then Conan and Tori and Kidman all celebrate because they're happy. And here we go. In our losers, must break up match, in sort of a shocker, Jindrak and Statsiak defeat Palumbo and O'Hare when Jindrak, defeats O'Hare with just, with a basically like, a straight up just clean win. Both teams have, you think it's weird that I broke up one team that actually has a great chemistry team together, but I have a plan here. Yeah, O'Hare is still like head and shoulders, so he has a future, so does Palumbo, but Jindrak and Statsiak, they celebrate with Don Marie. Basically, if you want the sort of out of character explanation, basically, Palumbo and O'Hare both have like sort of future as sort of singles guys, but Jindrak and Statsiak, like, in the tag division is basically their ceiling. Okay, and this is sort of like my sort of screwing over the fans. So basically what happens is, Vampiro Sting casket match. Sting's coming out. Vampiro like attacks Sting from behind and just beats the crap out of him. Eventually gets him into the casket, rolls the casket to a certain place, on the entrance ramp, and then sets the casket on fire. And yep, it's almost like I'm giving Sting some time off, and Vampiro will have some time as a top heel, or something like that. And now, this is like now the semi-main event. So Rey Mysterio defeats Ric Flair in 74-5 with a quick cradle, 78B. So basically what I see is happening here is like, Ric Flair not treating Rey seriously, Rey continuing coming back, hitting Frankensteiners, drop kicks, all sorts of flying moves, like Flair cheating. But in the end, like, I can even see like Flair, like, being, getting lots, damaging Rey Mysterio's knee, going for the figure four again near the end, but Rey just cradling him quickly, keeping the cradle on and getting the pinfall, which leads to Rey celebrating and Flair freaking out, doing Ric Flair freaking out things. Now, it's time. Steiner gets his entrance. Booker gets his entrance. And now, the world title match. Scott Steiner, Booker T, world title on the line. Yep, Booker T wins the title. 14 minutes. It says missile drop kick, but let's just fix that with the bookend. Or no, let's say with a Harlem hangover. So, so wrote agent notes, there was some, this is your definite lack of psychology in display, the match had a tendency to drift a little, but yeah, Steiner's still great, Booker's T still pretty good, not like, a fantastic match, well, it says exceptional, but like, not like a blow-away match, but this was basically like, a big, solid, WCW pro wrestling style main event finish, Booker T, I imagine sort of like, Steiner, Booker breaking out of the Steiner recliner, getting the big comeback, hitting his missile drop kick, then hitting the bookend, then going up top, and probably the first time in a while, getting the Harlem hangover, and getting the win. And then, yeah, the show ends with Booker T celebrating with the world title. Stevie Ray comes out and celebrates with his brother, and yeah, happy way to end the show, and in 2001 in WCW. So yeah, 83B plus, really good show. So I'm going to give Scott Steiner praise for a great performance. And he was also very unhappy about jobbing because he's Scott Steiner, so of course he's unhappy. Some other people were unhappy about jobbing, as you'd expect. So, so yeah, Tajiri, not Tajiri, sorry. Chavo, let's give you some comments for a great performance. And actually, I think that's it, because everybody else, yeah. The only other people who might have been mad is, yeah, that's, oh yeah, Ric Flair was also on about jobbing to Rey Mysterio. So Steiner was pleased, Chavo was pleased, and Ric Flair was pleased. Since this is like the end of the year, let's just see what happens here. There's Lita. She's still in WWF because she is Lita. So let's see here. Loading. Yep, it's in the year, so it's going to take forever to load. Let's just stare at Lita for a while. Hi. Hopefully in future I'll get you. Oh, here we go. Okay, so first, let's just see what they said about Starrcade. Starrcade is right here. Yeah. Excellent. Start with the gold start. Anyway, so now let's go here. Wrestler of the Year, Steve Austin. Not a surprise. Company Year, WF. Not a surprise. Team of the Year, Austin and Triple H. Two-man power trip. Okay. Match of the Year is a random Raw War where Kurt Angle defeated Kane, Austin, and Eddie. I mean, that would have been fucking awesome, but yeah. Show of the Year is SummerSlam 2001. So let's just bring that up real quick. WWF history. Let's go all the way back to SummerSlam. Oh, also this started in July, so we don't have the beginning of the year, so who knows. SummerSlam. Okay, yeah, 94A. So Raven beat Credible. The Rock defeated Jody Grunge. That I imagine would be more of a skit more than a match. Dean Malenko defeated Spike Dudley. Trish Stratus retained the women's title over Molly Holly. Jerry Lynn defeated Marty Jannetty by DQ. Matt Hardy went to no contest with the Stalker, Barry Windham. Rock and Austin had a backstage segment. Rhino kept the hardcore title over Crash Holly. Billy Gunn defeated Triple H for the Intercontinental title. Wow. Edge defeated Chris Jericho in '86. And then in the main event, oh, that's why. Okay, yeah, Steve Austin defeated Eddie Guerrero in a '99 Brady match. Yeah, that would be awesome. Anyway, let's do some quick look-see. Okay, so let's see here. Here we go. Okay, so our buy rate was 0.34, and then also got a good TV rating because it was in a couple places. J.J. Kevin Durham's injury, Manager's contract is ending, and the Wall's contract is ending. Actually, let's just see real quick. Show history. So, yeah, Mayhem. Okay, so yeah, that's actually a big jump. So yeah, so we went from 0.18, so 72,000 buys and a 5.5 to yeah, to a 0.34. Um, anyway, so yeah, that's it. This is Starrcade. We're moving on to 2002 with new angles, new feuds, new people possibly showing up, and other fun stuff. So, give a like if you enjoyed, make some comments, give some ideas, criticisms, whatever you want. Looking forward to it all. Anyway, that's it. Have a good one.